Welcome to this tutorial where we'll look at how you can use your laptops as a digital diary. Now the first thing is you want to look for the calendar on Schoolbox. To find the calendar on Schoolbox, you can click on the calendar icon at the top on your homepage. Now the calendar will show you all the different classes that you have for that day, any tasks that you have upcoming. So if I click on, for example, any of the days, it'll show me these are the classes that I have, and if you have any work that's due in for that day. Now there's different lists, there's different views for the calendar. Okay, you can have a list view. So for example, if I click on the list view, you can see it gives you a list for that day of all the classes that you have and any tasks or events that you have added for each of those days. Okay, so you can see that on that day you have those classes, and at the top you'll see there's a calendar date section. You can also select a certain date if you want it looking at a date, and you click on update and it'll show you all the classes and events for that day. Now you can also have a monthly view. Now the monthly view will show you all the tasks and events for the whole month, for that whole calendar month, and you can click on those classes. You can, if it tells you that little plus sign which shows you more of the classes for that day. You can also have a weekly view, so it shows you all the classes that you have for that week and if you have any upcoming due work. Okay, and the last view is your daily view, so you can also see for that day the classes and anything that you have added will show up in that view. Okay, so those are the different types of views that you can have on the Schoolbox calendar. Next, let's take a look at how can you add a task, which is essentially like a reminder that you have an upcoming due work. Okay, so if I go into any one of the views that I have and you click on that day, this box will pop up, and this box you can either create a task or you can create an event. So for example, if I create a task, okay, you can type in the task that you have. So for example, if you have any questions that are due in that day, or if you have like a quiz coming up on that day, you can type it in the task box. Then for the type, you can select whatever type of event it is. Okay, you can leave it as a task, and then you can add in any extra notes if you wanted to, and then you just click on create task. So what that will do is it will create a task on your calendar, so you can sort of add in any quizzes, due work, etc. Now if I click on that day, you'll see there's a little box that comes up. Now if I click on that box and I tick it, you can actually mark it as complete, which means you finished that work, and then you can select update task and it'll show you that you have finished that work. Okay, you can also update your tasks if you go onto your front page for your on your home page of your Schoolbox. On the side there, you can see that the task will come up for that day, and you can also tick it off during that way. Now let's see how you can actually add sticky notes to your Outlook. Now at the top of your Outlook, you'll see that there's a button that says OneNote Feed. If I click on that button, these notes pop up. I click on that plus sign and I can actually add a note for that day. So for example, if you have any reminders, if you wanted to bring something to class, if you've got some due work, you can actually select the notes on your Outlook feed and you can add in any kind of notes, just like you would in your diaries. If you wanted to take a note, you can use Outlook to have that note. So it's really simple. You just click on the plus sign and you can add the note, and you can actually add pictures and change the colors of the notes and all those sorts of things. But you can just keep clicking on the plus sign to add notes, and you can also click on those three dots if you wanted to delete that note. So you can have a list of notes for all your subjects, so depending on any kind of work that you wanted to write down or any kind of notes you wanted to take. Okay, you can actually do that using this feature. Now the last thing I want to show you is also a to-do list. So you can actually, if you go at the top and you click on to-do, you can actually add any kind of work that you have to finish off. So the to-do list is good if you have a lot of tasks, and you can also tick it off once you're finished, and that can be sort of your list or list of tasks that you need to do for that day. Okay, and you can also use your sticky notes on your computer. So if you type in the search box sticky notes, these notes will come up, and these notes are just on your Windows laptop. All of you should have it, and you can also just type in any notes for that subject that you have, and you can just keep adding the notes as you go along, and it'll just save the notes that way. Okay, so if you click on the plus sign, you can keep adding in more notes, and that's just going to take you to all the different notes. You can change colors, you can view the list of notes that you have, and you can sort of use it as you would your diary, except you're just using it on your computer. Okay, so some of the things you can do is you can use the Schoolbox calendar, and you can add a task or an event. So you can use that to add any homework. If you have any quizzes or any assessments coming up, you can use the Schoolbox calendar for that. You can use your Outlook notes. So if you can use it as sticky notes just to jot down some reminders or any tasks that you have coming up. You can use the notes on Outlook. You can also use Outlook to create a task list, so you can just go through you can write down the steps that you need to complete for that day or that week. And you can also type in sticky notes on your Windows laptop, which will take you to the notes section, and you can also jot down notes using that.